Hello, fellow peasants. Today I'll be talking about 28 years later. All right, so I don't know how new this news is, but it's looking like we're going to get a third installment of the 28 Days Later franchise, whatever. So I've always been a huge fan of the first film, 28 Days Later, starring Cillian Murphy. And I even really liked the sequel. So this franchise, whatever you want to call it, is 2 for 2 for me so far. And it's been since 2007, I think the last film came out. So it's been a while. And it's looking like we're going to get a third film. And it's going to have the same director as the first movie, same writer as the first two movies. And they're looking at sequels, more sequels after this third installment. Of course, that all depends on how well this third installment performs, box office wise. But if it does good, there's going to be more sequels. The original director of the first film, he's backed out after the third one, so he'll do this third installment. But then he's not going to do the sequels that come after this. But the original writer of 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later and 28 Years Later, the writer of all these, the guy who created this universe, he's going to take the torch and he's going to direct those sequels if this third installment warrants those box office wise. Cillian Murphy has not said whether he is involved in this or not. Nothing is super concrete right now. It doesn't even really have a release date. We don't even know if we're getting the film this year. Probably not. If we don't already have some sort of word at this point in March, I'm guessing we're probably not going to see it this year. I could be wrong. But all in all, I'm really excited. I think 28 Days Later is the best zombie movie ever made. Some people don't consider it a zombie movie. Even Cillian Murphy said when they were filming the movie, he didn't really think of it as a zombie movie, but it totally fucking is. It really is. I mean, to me, it's like it's a zombie movie that's like the most realistic way that a zombie movie situation thing could happen. I mean, you got these chimpanzees that are being studied. They're testing this like dangerous virus in these chimpanzees, and then these animal rights activists break into the lab, free all the chimpanzees, and then that's how the disease gets out. I could totally see that happen. I mean, just look what happened with COVID. Right? We literally just had, COVID wasn't anything near what 28 Days Later's virus is. But something like that could definitely happen. It's very plausible. And the zombies aren't slow and half alive. They're not dead people that came back and they're like, ooh. Like these, like 28 Days Later, they run and they run fast. And they're like rabid dogs, man. The zombie people in 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later they're really creepy. Originally, this third installment was going to be called 28 Months Later, because obviously weeks, or days, weeks, months, it lines up better. But they said since so much time has passed and all that, they wanted to just make it 28 years later. So I don't have a problem with that. I think that's fine. It's just like, well, what are the next two sequels are going to be called? Like, because they're wanting to do a trilogy with this, and it's like 28 centuries later, 28 millennia later. Like, I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below about getting a third 28 Days Later installment. I'm really excited for it. I think the first one is badass. I've loved it ever since me and my cousin rented it way back in the day when it came out, and it's an excellent film. And so is the second film. The second film is awesome as well. Just on like it's just on a larger scale. The second film is just on like a larger scale, and the first film is very more, much more intimate and smaller scale. But I'm excited. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think. Peace out, peasants. Bye bye.